What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Wintersun. Yes indeed, how about that? Wintersun making their debut on the channel. This comes as a request from Tina Aika, Jan Olaf Svensson, Always 1895. I love this name. A Corpse Without Soul. One of my favorite Merciful Fate songs. Love that song. Great name. Linda N, Martin, Paya, and Nuki Kakuch. They all want to see me react to this song by Wintersun, and it was the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll. It was close. It was 47%, and they beat out another song, which I think had 38%, and then another song had like 12% or whatever it was. But this was kind of close, but it beat it out with 47% of the vote. So we have a song called Wintersun called Sons of Winter and Stars. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not heard the song before. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Wintersun Yachty, and the video has 1.2 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What are you saying? You ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Wintersun, Sons of Winter and Stars. Time. Live rehearsals at Sonic Pump Studios. Remaster. Okay, so a remaster. So they'll take the audio and create, a video of it. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Oh! 1405. Ooh, boy. You guys know how I feel about long videos. I've often gotten asked this question because I am tougher on longer videos. I am. I'm a lot harder on long videos. And people will often ask me, why is it I'm harder on long videos? I equate it to torture. Okay, now hear me out on this. I'm not saying the song is bad. I'm not saying the song is good. I don't know. I won't know till I hear it. But here's the thing. If the song is bad, it's going to be torture for me. And let me ask you, would you rather be tortured for 3 minutes or would you rather be tortured for 14 minutes? I'll give you an example. I want you to imagine you're hanging upside down over a pot of boiling lead or boiling oil or whatever, and it's steaming you up, right? And you're hanging upside down, and there's some guy above you putting toe spreaders between your toes and then taking red hot needles and injecting them into the webbing of your toes and injecting boiling acid into your foot. Now, would you rather have that go on for 3 minutes or would you rather have that go on for 14 minutes? Which would you rather do? You see what I mean? That's why I'm tougher on longer videos. Because, look, if the song is great and the video is great, it's got nothing to worry about. Nothing. I'll be perfectly fine with it, and I'll give it a great score that it deserves. On the flip side, if the song sucks, and if it's boring, and it's torturous to listen to, yeah, you better believe I'm going to hammer the hell out of it. Absolutely. So, that's why I'm tougher on longer songs. So, 1405, This better be good. That's all I'm going to say is this better be good. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I don't hear anything. Okay, I got a hiss now. Okay, first of all, everybody's doing an outstanding job musically, okay? All of these guys clearly know how to play their instruments and play them very well. You got the song in 6/8, which I love. Right off the gun, I love songs in 6/8, so that always helps. They're using the 3 against the 4 quite a bit. The drummer is going into like this double time, straight ahead 4/4 feel while still playing in 6/8 though. He's still got the 6/8 going, but it feels like it's 4/4 because of the speed and the subdividing of the kick drum. Very smart, very, very slick. I dig that. I love that 4 against the 3 feel. But the 3 is still very clearly represented thanks to the bass player and the guitar playing, which is really, really good. Let's keep going for right now. Let's see where this goes. That was good. I like the vocals. Right there. Are they switching up to 4/4? Okay. I'm digging the vocals, believe it or not. The lead singer is able to mix the grit and the growl with a good amount of melodic structure. And I dig that. I love when vocalists can do that. When they can put, and the thing is, the emphasis is still on the grit and growl. It's the grit and growl is not being pushed to the back. And at the same time, it's also not overpowering the vocal melody to the point where you can't hear it in the vocals. No, the vocal structure, the melodic structure is still there in the vocals. And it comes through. I dig that. I love it when bands are able to pull that off. I really am. I dig it, man. I can't explain why. I know why. It doesn't make it sound like it's just a bunch of, screamo, grit and growl, nothing to it. It's far more complicated than that. And I love it. I love the fact that it helps move the song along. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. All accents. See that whole section there? It's all accents. It's not. They're not switching tempo. They're not switching time signature. They're not even throwing accidental time signatures in there. It's all subdivision work. It's all putting those accents on da 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 da. It's just, it's all in unison. It's the snare accenting along with what the guitar and bass are doing to follow. And it's smart. It's really smart songwriting. It really is, because you're taking something relatively easy, relatively simple as far as a time signature goes. It sounds like they're just still in 4 here. And then they're just adding all these accents and these accent lines, all done in unison to make it have that uniform feel of we're all doing the exact same thing at the exact same time, and being able to make it sound like something it's not. It's really cool. It's really cool. Let's keep going. Yeah. I was going to say, that's not the end. It sounds like they're ending, but it can't be because we still got another 6.5 minutes to go. So there's no way it's over yet. But it gave it that feeling of finality, like it was going to resolve and end. So that's cool. Pulling a little swerve. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm wondering now, where will you take me? From the rise and the light comes alive. Into the mountains high we set our way. Will we find our way in these long winter nights?
Nice.
I see that fading sun and rising mountains, and I finally feel that I found my home. But oh, it feels so cold when my dreams wither in fragments of time, revealing that this land will die. Falling snow, so soft and cold, die on, cast down, so weak, frozen lake,
Three parts.
the dancing spirits calling me, join in the cosmic train. Silence is tempting me now. Wait.
Nice breakdown. Really nice. I get the feeling we're about to kick back in again. But that was a really nice breakdown. Bringing the volume down, bringing down the dynamic aspect of the song with that nice decrescendo down. Like I said, I felt like the song was resolving and ending, but it wasn't. It was just coming down into this breakdown section. Heard some great things vocally, some great harmonies. At some points, I even heard 3-part harmonies going, which was really cool. So great modulations within the vocal harmonies. So far, I mean, like I said, it's not bad. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am kind of watching the clock a little bit. It is going on a little long, but it's nice. It's nice. I'm not sitting here going, oh my God, when's this going to be over? This sounds horrible. I don't want to listen to it. No. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just saying it is a little long, but it sounds good. It sounds really good. Let's keep going here.
We are the stars, join in the cosmic train. The silence is tempting me now. We are the stars, the winter and stars. We've come from afar beyond time. Forever the fire burns in our hearts. Our world shall never die. With the arms of the wind we ride till dawn. As the waves of the ocean cry so strong, we wander in the stars until we're gone. Our fate is sealed by eternal sun. Sons of winter and stars, we've come from far beyond time. Forever the fire burns in our hearts. Our world shall never die. In the arms of the wind we ride till dawn. As the waves of the ocean cry so strong, we wander in the stars until we're gone. Our fate is sealed by eternal sun.
See, another unison, subdivided setup. Just ba ba da da da, and then kick back into whatever they're doing. But they did it all together, and that again just adds to that feeling of unity and adds to that emphasis of here are these subdivided parts. Here we are in unison playing them all together, which makes them more effective than if just, say, the drummer and guitar player had done it and bassist and other guitar player hadn't. You know what I mean? So It's smart songwriting. Very, very intelligent. Let's keep going. Now it feels like 4 again, but it's not. It's still 6. See, again, it felt like they were ending. It felt like they were going to resolve. And then they kick into this next part. Doing it one time is fine, but I don't know how I feel about them doing it twice. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to think about it. That's going to come into play in the review, though, for sure. Let's keep going. We got another 2.5 minutes to go. This is a weird position for me to be in right now. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let me think about it. I really need to gather my thoughts on this. Let me think about it. I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it.
Many hours later.
Well, there you go, folks. That was Wintersun with Sons of Winter and Stars. This was a request from Tina Aika, Jan Olaf Svensson, Always 1895. Probably one of the greatest YouTube names I've ever seen in my life. A Corpse Without Soul. One of my absolute favorite Merciful Fate songs of all time. Linda N, Martin, Paya, and Nuki, or Nukai. I don't know if it's Nuki or Nukai. It might be Nukai. Nukai Kakuch. Okay, and this was the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll. It won with 47% of the vote. It was close, but it beat it out. Coming up with a score for this one was tough. I'm not going to lie. I kept going back and forth between 3 scores. And I decided to go with the higher one. I decided to go with the higher of the 3. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.3. Yep, 8.3. I feel great about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, if I'm being 100% honest here, I felt like the song was just too long. They could have ended that song in 2 different spots, and it would have been just fine. It would have been just fine. Especially if they had ended it like on the second one. Like the first one, it was a little short, and they did offer a lot in the next section, so I'm not mad about that. But after the second resolution, where I felt like they were really going to end, I was like, why didn't they end there? Because I'm going to be honest with you. After that section, I really didn't feel like they did anything that offered anything more to the song. It felt very repetitive at that point. It felt like they were just going back and doing the beginning all over again. It was like, well, I mean, it's cool and all. I mean, if you're trying to break a record for the longest song ever written, you're about, honestly, you're about 40 minutes shy. And actually, you're more than that. You're actually about, let's see, 82 minus 14. 82 minus 14. What is that? 78, 68. You're about 68 minutes short. You know, if you're trying to break a record for the longest song ever written. So, I'm not sure what they were really trying to accomplish with that third part. I mean, now listen, don't get me wrong. Everything they did sounded good. Everything they did sounded fantastic. All 4 of those guys, clearly top-notch musicians. Very clearly. Or 5. I think there were actually 5. 2 guitars. No, those 4. 2 guitars, bass, drums. Those 4 guys. Clearly, they're all masters of their instruments. They are masters of the craft. They know what they're doing. Okay? They know how to write songs, clearly. Okay, their songwriting, I do not question it whatsoever. I loved everything about what they did from a songwriting standpoint, except for the length. But everything they did in that period of time was good. Nothing sounded bad. Nothing sounded out of place. Nothing sounded awkward. Everything sounded fine. The constant changes in time were nice. I like it when bands do that, and they didn't do them too frequently. It wasn't like every 8 measures we're going to change time signatures or we're going to change feel. No, they didn't do that. I think the shortest segment they had was 16 measures, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. I just felt like, okay, for example, the vocal section where they did that little breakdown, they had the clean vocals. That was fun. I enjoyed that. And then they came back in, and then they resolved, and it was like, why didn't you end? That would have been the perfect place to end. But they kept going for like another 4 minutes, and I'm like, why? It doesn't, in those 4 minutes, or actually it was about 6 minutes, Those 6 minutes, they just didn't really add anything. I was like, why would you do that? But, you know, like I said, this was not a bad song. Look, if this was a bad song, okay, if I hated this and it was bad, and I thought they did a terrible job and it was not good, this song would not be getting an 8.3. This would be down in the 2s, maybe 1s, depending on how bad it was. No, I don't give great scores to bad songs. I just don't do it. So I'm giving this an 8.3. And like I said, I was struggling between 3 different scores. I was struggling between giving it a 7.6, an 8.1, and an 8.3. I kept flip-flopping between those scores, and I decided to give it the 8.3 because, honestly, other than length of time, they didn't do anything wrong. Everything they did sounded good. Drumming was rock solid. I mean, the drumming was phenomenal on this. Whoever that drummer is, outstanding work. Some great fills, great accents, you know. The accent work, I think, is what really did it for more than anything else, especially when it came to those syncopated, subdivided sections where everybody would be playing those accents in unison to kind of throw everybody off the time signature. It felt like 4 when it was really 6, you know, or they would switch it up and they would be in 4 and it sounded like 6, you know. It was constantly changing and evolving, which I dig, and it keeps the listeners from getting bored. But if they had just made the song, seriously, instead of 14 minutes, if they had made it 8 to 10, it would have been a much better song in my opinion. If they had seriously, maybe not the first resolution. The first resolution was kind of short. The first resolution came about 4 minutes into the song. That's a little short. And they had that whole second section, which was all different, and it all sounded different. And they had the vocal breakdown section. That was great. But they came into the second resolution where it felt like it was going to end again. And I'm like, oh, please let this be the ending. But then I looked at the clock. I'm like, no, we still got like another 6 minutes to go. What the hell? What the hell are they doing? What are they going to do now? And then they came into that third section, and it sounded almost like the first. And I'm like, why? You know? Maybe they felt the need to come back around to finish how they started. I don't know, but I mean, that's a possibility. For me, the song did drag a bit long. Other than that, though, everything else about the song was really good. Not even really good, it was great. The vocal work was great. I loved how the vocalist is able to mix the grit and growl with melodic line, and hide the melodic line, but it's still there. You can still hear it, but it's not, you know, like operatic style singing. It's grit and growl, but the melody line is there. I love the vocal splits, which were nice. When you had one guy doing the grit and growl, another guy doing clean vocal together, that was really cool. The guitar work on this was outstanding between both guitarists. Not relying on a whole lot of unison work either, like, you know, the harmonic unison lines. They didn't. I mean, they did a few, but they didn't rely on them for the entire song, like I've heard other bands do. Won't mention any names, but you know the bands I'm talking about. The bass playing on this was rock solid. I will say there were times I had a little bit of a hard time hearing him, but there were also times where he was coming through clear as a bell. I think that's done on purpose. I think that's done in the mix intentionally, because if it was just a poor mix job, you wouldn't have heard him at all. He would have been buried. It would have been And Justice for All Part 2, and that was not the case here. Like, there were some points where he was loud and clear, like just clear as a bell. So I don't think it was a bad mix. I think they were doing the things that they were doing intentionally. No, like I said, great song. I got no issue with anything they did from a songwriting standpoint, except the length. That's it. Everything else, fantastic job. I just kind of wish they had broken this up into like maybe 2 songs, you know, but overall, nicely done. Good job. Would I listen to more of these guys? Yeah, I would. I gotta be in the mood for it, and I gotta get comfortable and maybe get something to snack on while I listen, because like I said, it's a journey. It is definitely a journey. No, so the 8.3, I feel good with that score. I think that's a fair score, and that is where we're going to stay. So, 8.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, to become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.